What an exciting week it's been, boxing fans. Thank you for joining us once again on Talk and Fight for the Friday night panel featuring Mike Orr and myself, Graham.
Yep.
I've been talking with Christian from Boxing 247 this week primarily about the outcome of the big heavyweight clash between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder last weekend. And believe me, it's still a hot topic. I mean, other than the injury sustained by Deontay Wilder, such as broken finger, broken knuckle, broken hand, potentially broken ear. I actually think he was concussed during that fight and said on several different posts, hey, man, he should just retire. He's done it all. After all, he started his boxing career to pay for his daughter's medical bills. I think he's rich enough now he can pay for his daughter's medical. Well, actually, all of her medical problems unbelievably have been completely cleared up. She can not only walk, she can do cartwheels apparently. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So his daughter, who was born with I think spina bifida, is I think she's 16 years old now. Anyway, the point is in the various comments I made across the internet was basically, what's he got left to prove? He should retire. So somebody just has to turn on his mic.
Honestly, truthfully, there's just Tim Witherspoon joins us. Nice. There's you know what? What does he do now? There's lots of guys he can fight if he wants to fight him, but I don't know what he'd be fighting him for.
Exactly.
Right? At this point, he already knows that he can't beat the man. So can't hear you. Sorry, Tim.
Plug in your microphone.
2 turntables and the mic. 1 fat MC on the set.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'm trying to make the picture. Okay, that's okay, right?
Just turn it down a little bit. So
Shania, turn it down.
Yeah, get more of your face in there.
Tilt the screen.
There you go.
Well,
oh.
Is that cool?
Yeah, it's very. If you're leaning in like this, there you go. There you go. You're in.
All right, wait a minute. I'm getting old, so I got to turn the sound up.
Your camera person's doing a great job there.
Hey, okay. How y'all guys doing?
We're doing great. We were debating whether you'd even join us because we thought you might be still in Las Vegas.
Nah, it was cool. It was okay. Great experience. I know y'all guys getting practice by doing this all the time. So I had the mic, everything on, the earphones, and a lot of those guys don't talk straight skills in boxing. They just talk theory stuff about the boxing. If you understand what I mean.
Right.
They don't directly say he threw a right hand or not that, but it's just different from regular boxers speaking.
Yeah.
So, and then English, they were saying all these big words, and then it came time for me to talk. I was lost. I had to figure out something, So I was like, they were saying these big words, and then I did commentary like we doing stuff, we talking. I know what you talking about, but they was using all these big words. They were non-boxers. And stuff. So I had fun.
They don't know the lingo. They don't know the lingo. They're non-boxers.
See, I understand us.
Yeah.
but they was using big words, and then I was like, they said I did a good job. You can still see me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so let me see. There we go. Get some light in here.
Woo.
Yeah. So Talk Sports invited me over. We on yet?
Yeah, we're live.
We on.
Okay. Yeah, we went over there. We stayed in the Parks and MJN. I don't know where Tyson Fury and I'm staying. All the other guys they stayed somewhere else, but it was a good experience.
In the trailer park.
No. They were at the club, man.
Hey, that's not right. You shouldn't have said that. That's not cool. In the trailer park.
Honestly, if I was a traveler and I had a huge mansion, I'd call my mansion the trailer park.
I know.
Anyway, it was a really good fight. It was a really good fight. One of the questions us fans were.
You said it was a really good fight.
I thought it was a good fight.
Okay.
But the one question I have is, we can get into details in a second, but I'm just curious because you were close, you were there.
Yeah.
Was it a wet canvas? Like, was it slippery?
No.
Because Deontay came out and said the reason he lost is because he slipped on wet canvas.
Maybe he didn't have the right material on underneath his boxing shoes. Maybe.
Maybe
You know what?
maybe
I wasn't in the ring.
Ah,
But I don't think the canvas was slippery.
No.
I don't think so. And if
I
it
don't think
was,
so
he
either.
should have had the right boxing surface underneath his shoes.
I think it's just poor excuses. More and more
I think
excuses.
so.
That's what I think it is.
What happened there?
I don't know. We all shrunk.
We all shrunk. We're having something show up here on the side. I don't know. We'll
Somebody showing up.
Yeah,
So-
maybe
So
someone showed up.
let's get back. So you didn't think it was a good fight?
Okay, like I was typing, like I was sending messages that it was a good Rocky Balboa, what's his name?
Apollo
Balboa
Creed?
and Creed.
Creed?
Apollo Creed. It was a good that type of fight, but in terms of like skills, it was
Right.
sloppy. Deontay Wilder was doing this with his hands when
Yep.
he was like this. I was like, I can't believe Malik Scott couldn't show him to do this
Right.
and block shots, you know how I do it, not like that. But he was walking like this. I felt really, oh man, what's wrong with boxing now? You know, it was to me. Listen, okay, it was a fight when people on television seeing Sylvester Stallone fighting Creed. It was a good fight. It was a good fight in that terms.
For the movies. A good
For
fight
the
for the
movies.
movies. A good fight for the movies.
But
Okay.
when it comes down to like skills and beautiful stuff, you didn't see none of that. I was disappointed. But the crowd was good. The crowd loved it. People that supported Tyson Fury loved it and wanted to win. They don't care how he did it. And even Deontay Wilder. But me as a boxer, I was like disappointed. They looked at like amateurs, throwing punches all crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come out of my mouth different because type in my fights and watch them. You don't see none of that.
No.
You don't see none of like Deontay Wilder was like this. Like he couldn't even hold his hand. He was like this. And I couldn't even believe nobody could teach him to have his hands like this. Neither one of them could block jabs real good. Neither one of them. Deontay Wilder was doing like this. That's embarrassing for a trainer.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Deontay was blocking them with his face. It's that new training style.
You know, and even Tyson would block them a little bit better. Tyson's skills is a little bit better than Dante. Well, a lot better than Dante. No, Dante need help. He need help.
Where does he go from here, Tim? What do you think he does from here?
They told me that he's untrainable. That's a lie. It's you need the right trainer in there, somebody that you respect, that he respect, and you got to teach him. You got to teach him. Didn't he graduate high school and all that?
Hey,
I don't think
got
so.
He's got an Olympic medal, so obviously at one point he was taught.
Huh?
At one point he had to be taught something because he's got an Olympic medal.
Yeah, well, maybe we got to look at the fights. Listen, you could get a medal and you could get the heavyweight championship of the world and don't really got good skills. And you know what? Like, select two guys in the ring. One can fight better than the other one. Now, if the one that can't fight knock him out, he just got that other guy made a mistake. That, a guy that don't have more skills than his opponent still can win. He still can win if the other guy make a mistake and something like that. But I just was, I was ringside and I was like, wow. If I was in shape, if I was young, I'll be rich. Hey, because I had a good defense. I wouldn't let neither one of them hit me and get in there, bam, get him with that shot, drop him. And Deontay Wilder, he got that right hand, me and Malik had a little beef, right?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. What
The
beef?
media took the mic from me.
What?
They took the mic from me. This is what I did. I was asking, you seen it. I was asking Dante Wilder, does he have enough knowledge to get his own trainer? Do he need help from a manager or promoter? Because that's what boxers, that's what when I was coming up, the manager, the boxer, the trainer and the promoter, they would all get together and decide on getting a trainer for you, not the boxer. He knocked Malik Scott out and he's your trainer. So I wanted to ask him that. And then I wanted to ask Tyson Fury about Sugar Hill. Because Sugar Hill never fought. He never fought. Because I was going to tell him about Aaron Snowell, who's in my corner. He never fought, but my trainer trained him. Slim Robinson trained Aaron Snowell, and we was together training and stuff like that. And he learned the tricks in the trade, but he never fought. So I was going to tell them that I was in the same situation. Slim, real quick, Slim left because Don King wasn't paying him. And I understood that. I had to suck it up. My head trainer had to leave me. But he said, Tim, Aaron can help you. I had taught him enough. He said, Aaron can help you. But I know more than my trainer, but he assisted me in some of my wins and everything. And he know more than Sugar Hill, and he know more than Malik. He does.
So what do you think? What do you think then about boxers from the past, like yourself, and heavyweights of the past in their prime? Do you think they would be good enough to go up against Tyson Fury these days?
Oh, some of them, yeah. Some of them. Tyson Fury big. He's awkward. But yeah, there's a lot of heavyweights in my day. They'll beat him, and they'll beat Dante Wilder, because Dante Wilder just depend on that right hand.
Right.
His left hook is a little strong. His left hook could hurt you, I think, too. Yeah, but they're easy to fight. Tyson Fury is just a little bit more complicated too. He's a little bit more complicated because he moves, and Dante Wilder just has an amateur mentality, thinking when he boxes. A lot of his movements are really, really awkward. And he won the medal, right?
Yeah. Bronze.
He won the bronze. The bronze bomber. Okay.
Yep.
And you know, I went through a lot of stuff. I didn't really criticize nobody. I just asked him, do he have enough knowledge to change the trainer? He trained Mark. He changed Mark Breland. He got rid of Mark Breland. Right. I was in camp with Mark Breland, and Mark Breland, he fight just like Wilder. He got a right hand, a jab, and a right hand, and he dig body shots sometimes. But he had no defense. I love Mark. I was in training camp with him like 3 or 4 times, and he has no defense. He just like Wilder was doing this, blocking punches, and he didn't do like this. He didn't do like this or like this. He was like, and getting hit like that. That's embarrassing.
He looked like a different Wilder, though, coming out in the first round. He looked different coming out in the first round, and it's like almost he resorted back to his old ways the minute he took a couple nasty shots. It's like it put him back. It's like all that training just disappeared.
Because they're not making them do it long enough. They probably stay on it a little bit. Then the next day, then they quit. Then the next day, they do a little bit. See, he was jabbing to the body. I was waiting for him to throw that right hand over top.
That's what I thought was going to happen, man. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to come in nice and low and then come over with that right, and he just never did.
But you know what? That was a hard jab to the body.
Yeah.
I was ringside.
Yeah.
He should have put that to the head, too.
Yeah. And I don't know
why he was scared to because of his defense.
Yeah.
That's why he kept doing that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you took it right out of my mouth, man. It must have been because of his defense.
he was jabbing hard to the body.
Yeah.
And if he would take that same jab and put it up there, he could have dropped the right hand right behind it.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's so easy. They were so easy. The way those guys were moving. And then they got hit. They both got dropped. They both got dropped. Now, I got dropped when I fought Bone Crusher, but I threw the fight. And I'll tell you why. I got dropped when I fought Brian Nelson in Denmark because they paid me X amount of money. I wouldn't do that in America. And I had to act. I had to put an acting thing on. I was broke. They came into they knocked on the door. I said, who the hell's knocking on my door? And I went out there. It was no, it was somebody else that was setting it up. So when I fought Brian Nelson, I only had like 20 days to train, and they already told me what to do. And when we got there, they took my passport. My oldest brother, he like 6'5". He was ready to get violent and stuff like that. So they gave us our passport back. So they took our passports because they want to make sure I go down in 4. I don't mind talking about this. Somebody that was on Facebook saying, don't be saying that. You know what? I'm not going to go the rest of my life letting people know that I got knocked out by somebody I could have knocked out in the first and second round. And even with Bone Crusher, I was only going to get $500,000 to fight him. To fight Tyson. That was in the contract with Don King. So remember Tony Tubbs? Real quick, Tony Tubbs. I smoked the weed, got in trouble. Then I had to give him a rematch. I won the title, but I had to give him a rematch. They took $25,000 from me. They sent me to the rehab. Then I had to fight a rematch with Tubbs. He comes up with a hurt shoulder. So then they stick Bone Crusher in. But when he had his hurt shoulder, I stopped training. And I wasn't doing the right thing for like 4 days, almost a week. Then they called me saying the fight's still on. Then I found out that I was only getting $500,000 if I beat Bone Crusher to fight Tyson. I was only getting $500,000, and out of that, I was only going to get 50 because when I fought Bruno and Bruno got $1.4 million, I went home with about 75,000.
Wow.
So I know this is why. Now look at that fight when we over, and then y'all come on and talk after I finish. Just going to give me a couple more seconds. Y'all look at that fight. My corner knew that I was going down, and my mom didn't know. She was crying. Yeah, my mom didn't know. I had to tell her. She was crying. After my sisters and stuff, they was crying. I said, Mom, I didn't tell you, but I had to do this because I was only getting $500,000 if I beat Bone Crusher. And out of that, I know I would have got about $75,000. So I'm not going to tell no lie about it. Hey, listen, it's the truth. Type in the first fight and type in the second fight. Then you tell me the difference. I had to go down. I felt the best thing out of that fight. He knocked one of these teeth out. that I was going to go get it taken out before the fight. And they said, no, the medicine might get you sluggish. So and you know what? Watch the fight. I spit right when I was in the corner. And you see the teeth coming out. Now go ahead. Y'all guys go ahead. I'm telling you the truth.
That sounds like a hockey fight.
Listen, I had to go down. And when I went down, and I don't want to talk about Don King no more, but when I went down and they gave the fight and they gave him the belt, I felt relieved. I felt united. I said, man, I ain't got to deal with Don King no more. I swear. So I ain't got to lie. I'll tell the truth. If he knocked me out, I'm gonna live up to it.
Yeah.
Everybody in the corner know that I was going down, and look at it. You look at it later and you see I was acting, and even with Brian Nelson, I was acting like I was limping, like I got hurt. If you watch the fight afterwards, I was limping like I got hurt. I wasn't hurt. So that's what I got to say. Just check it out.
I will. I'll definitely check that. Definitely check that out.
But in terms of like the fight in Vegas, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and it was a good fight, and I was happy for Tyson Fury. Malik Scott was mad at me because I said a couple of things, and I just was telling the truth. He got knocked out by Tyson, by his own. The guy he teaching. What they think people want to think?
Right.
What you think? He got knocked out by his trainer.
Well, this was the entire question going into it. We were watching the training videos of Deontay Wilder, and a lot of it was jab, 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 waiting for that right to come over. Okay. So we knew that that's what he was training for, his offense, shall we say. We in these training videos that we saw never noticed the defense. We only noticed the offensive moves that he was practicing.
Yeah.
So that's what we were expecting in the fight. And as Mike pointed out at the beginning of the fight, that's seemed to be what he was trying to do. But the question came up, not posed by us, but just online in general. People were asking, would Malik Scott actually throw in the towel, or would he be scared to, simply because Mark Breland got fired for throwing in the towel? So
Yeah, I got to talk about that too. And I'll make it brief.
no, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to make it brief. Breland threw in the towel, right? But when I talk to my friend and I love him, like I haven't talking to him in a while, and it was this period where I haven't seen him in a while, and he wasn't coherent. He wasn't really like speaking directly, speaking real good, and I felt bad. Maybe his judgment was messed up because he got hit a lot, and when you see Mark, when I seen him in training camp, he talks really. We were talking, yeah, Tim, blah blah blah, yeah, Tim, and then years later, he dragging with his words. He's dragging with his words, and I'm saying, oh no, Mark got hit a lot. This is when I seen him like 7 years later. I said, oh no, that could have been him throwing that towel and making the decision wrong. That's the first thing came in my mind. Or either somebody said it, he couldn't make the right decision because of damage. I love him. Have you talking to him in the last year or so?
No.
Well, on interviews, I don't think he do that many interviews because you could tell like Tommy Hearns can never do an interview because if he does, you'll feel bad. Tommy cannot talk. I love him. I was in California training with him. So I think Mark Breland probably made a bad decision, maybe because he's damaged a little bit, or I don't know, maybe somebody was pressuring him.
I think the opposite. I think he made the right decision for the sake of Deontay Wilder's health. I think Deontay Wilder has suffered concussions, courtesy of Tyson Fury, and in this last fight, I think it was clearly evident that the man's brain has been hurt.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would suggest that Mark Breland threw in the towel to protect Deontay Wilder, to stop, because he knew what could happen if Deontay Wilder continued.
I'll go with that one.
And in his last fight, you could see any professional medical doctor who's watching this right now, I guarantee would agree with me. Deontay Wilder suffered a concussion. I guarantee it. He was wobbling on his knees. It's what they call an acute concussion as opposed to a chronic concussion. And I wasn't there. I wasn't sure if he was answering questions that the referee was asking of him. I wasn't sure whether he had glazed eyes or not. But at the end of the day, that
makes wobbling. A lot of sense.
He'd hit the ground. He was wobbling. He definitely had suffered brain damage. And quite frankly, if you will recall, I was talking to Mike about this before you popped on. I think he got into the fighting simply because he needed to pay the medical bills of his sick daughter, his first daughter, who was born with spina bifida. So
that costs millions. That costs millions to take care of her.
Costs lots when you live in the States, that's for sure.
Well, it required 6 operations to fix her, and now she can walk and she's fine. But what I'm saying to Deontay Wilder is, hey, man, you've got nothing more to prove boxing-wise. You knocked out every opponent with the exception of Tyson Fury.
Let me talk about that.
All right.
No finish, and I'm going to talk to you.
Well, all I'm saying casually is, as an observer, Deontay Wilder should proudly retire.
Okay.
Maybe open up a gym and maybe become an analyst, but take another job in boxing other than boxing, because I think his brain has suffered damage.
Well, I don't think he could be. I don't think it'd be a trainer. I don't know. I'm definitely thinking. I don't think it'll be a trainer. But you were saying something now. I forgot, and I was going to answer. Oh man, I was going to answer
about him knocking out everybody.
Oh yeah, right.
So everybody in his knockout group, they wouldn't even okay them for me. And when I found out that Mike Tyson, 4 boxers that he fought, they wouldn't okay for me, I felt really good about that. He fought him, but they wouldn't let me fight him. So I felt good about that. Now everybody Deontay Wilder for it. I'm saying that none of them probably wouldn't have lasted in our era. You don't know their names. Who was the toughest guy that he fought?
Maybe Lomachenko.
But you gotta give him credit. What was that
Klitschko.
name? Huh?
Did he fight Klitschko?
Yeah. Klitschko. But
Yeah,
what about the other guys? What about the other guys?
I'm thinking Klitschko might have been the toughest one.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He's fought. Let's see, Luis Ortiz, Dominic Breazeale.
Dominic Breazeale. Who's the toughest?
Let's see, he's fought Chris Arreola.
He's tough. Chris is tough.
Eric Molina, Jason Gavern, Malik Scott, Matthew Greer.
Oh. Did you see that glove? You see his right hand? He just hit the glove or something. Everybody was in the down in the everybody at the fights. A lot of people were saying Malik took a dive. So I went and looked at the tape, the video, and it looked like he didn't even hit Malik. Did you see it?
No.
Did you see it?
That's
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
That's what made me want to ask him even more. I looked at it, I said, and now you're making him your trainer. and real quick, and I think even Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder don't want to pay the 10% that the trainer is supposed to get. I think
that would have been big money out of the purse, right?
Yeah,
4.4 million. That would have been.
Yeah, so it hurt him.
Yeah, that hurts.
I think it hurt him.
That hurts, man. That hurts. That's a big price to pay. And you're not only paying them, man. You got to pay your manager too.
He got to get 2/3.
Your manager's got to get his money. Your manager's got to get their money. Your trainers got to get their money. I guess you're paying your cut man too because your cut man's in there.
You got to pay the cut man.
You got to pay the cut man. You don't pay the cut man, then you don't come back out after that nasty gash over your eye. Right? There's all these men you got to pay.
He got cut?
No, well, okay. He was a little bloody.
The other fight.
Yeah. In the other fight, yeah. But you got to pay these guys, man. You don't pay these guys, and
we got Usyk and Joshua lined up. Yep. If Usyk wins that, I'm pretty sure Tyson Fury will feel inclined to fight Usyk. But I also don't think Fury has much left to prove, except if he wants to remain in the game to provide a legacy statement. But who is in the division now? What have we got? Dillian White, maybe? Joe Parker, maybe?
I talked to Joe at the fight. He was at ringside.
There's a guy right now, Ivan Daichko from Kazakhstan, who's the same height, man, 6'9", 245 pounds.
Woo!
30 years old. He's got 9-0 with 9 KOs right now.
Whoa! Wow. Where were all the fights at? Over there?
No, they're just they're all Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, all Europe. So
okay, that's cool.
We got some. We do have some big heavyweights coming into the equation, man. So
whoa, okay.
We have a new field of these guys that are coming up, man. That we got to be on the lookout for. A bunch of guys that are 6'5", 6'6". What about Filip Hargrovic? There's another big heavyweight, right? From Croatia, 6'6", 230 pounds, only 26 years old, 12-0, 10 KO.
I didn't see. I got to do more research. Coming out there.
There's a bunch of big boys.
But the problem is it's clogged up.
It's all clogged up, man. And everybody's waiting to fight everybody. And that's all because we had to, have the whole boxing world on hold there for, a minute while we waited for the Joshua Fury thing to run its course, and then eventually set this date for the Wilder and Fury fight that just happened. So now that that's all been freed up, we've got AJ who's not holding any belts right now. We got Usyk who's got all the belts. We got Fury right now who's got the other belts. So between those two guys now, there's all the belts. And man, we got who knows? Fury says he's only got a bid
to train Joshua. I've been sending messages. I know exactly how to fight a southpaw, and I'm gonna put it on tape. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna put it on video. If you don't, I heard he's in LA I think he's trying to find somebody in England contacted me and said Joshua's in L.A. What's that name? I said Virgil
Ortiz?
Hunter.
Yeah.
Ortiz?
No,
Either him, and then when they said Freddie Roach, I just was like,
Freddie Roach.
I was like, Freddie Roach.
Yeah, man.
No,
Old school Freddie
Pacquiao
Roach.
made Freddie Roach. I hate to talk real bad about Freddie. I try to talk to him. I love these guys. Pacquiao brought Freddie Roach's name out. I mean, a lot of people in England love him, but just watch his fights. How can he? He might have the skills to teach, but not no defense. He got hit a lot, and I felt bad for him. He wouldn't speak to me. So me and Barry McGuigan we was in Ireland. Me, Barry McGuigan, Tyson Fury, and they was talking about trainers, and they mentioned Freddie Roach, and I said, I don't know, he's all right, but he said, no, Freddie Roach is a real good trainer. He was mad at me, kind of like. So I think he might have told Freddie Roach. When I seen Freddie Roach, like after that, he wouldn't speak to me. Like I said, hey Freddie, he wouldn't speak to me. Yeah. If you type in Freddie Roach's fights, he's getting hit all the time. And so I think people, I mean, I feel bad talking like this. He's a Hall of Fame trainer, all that. He got awards. But Pacquiao fights the same way all the time. He was with Murad Muhammad first, Pacquiao. He was with Murad Muhammad. They was getting ready to get him some good trainers. And then they engineered something and got him away from Murad Muhammad. And that's how he wound up with Bob Arum. Bob Arum. But he fought on my undercard. Excuse me. When I was still fighting, he fought and he looked real good. I said, where'd this dude come from, right? But all his punches are straight punches like martial arts. I don't see sometimes you see looping, but if you watch his style, he just throws straight punches and he's good at it. He's good at it. But Freddie Roach didn't add nothing to him. Maybe it's inspiring in him. And I hate talking about people. But I go back and look at Freddie Roach's tape, and I can't see what he had showed Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, when he came there, he's still fighting the same way. So there's a lot of trainers that's getting A plus on their card because of their fighters winning, and they really don't bring a whole lot to the table. You can kick me out the game, you can stop me on these interviews, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Whoever was in Floyd Mayweather's corner was going to get an A plus. Because he was winning all them fights, they're going to get an A plus. But Floyd is really good. So whoever was in Pacquiao corner, he still win. The trainers win. Look at Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill, I got them to admit it. He never had a fight. His uncle trained him. And then I called Detroit. I called some people in Detroit, and they said Emmanuel Stewart was like Angelo Dundee, who just come in, right? So some people said no. Emmanuel Stewart, he really didn't work the pads a lot with Tommy. There was other people training him, and I said, what? He said, yeah, sometimes he come in and play around the pads, but other people was training Tommy. And I was like, no, I don't know about that. And this is what I found out, that he was just like Angelo Dundee. Can't take nothing from him, but I'm going to tell you this. I love Tommy. He can't even do an interview with you. It was all offense. Manuel Stewart was all offense. Everybody in Europe want to go to the Kronk gym. Everybody in Ireland, the Kronk. And you see what happened? Tommy Hearns, and I love him. I was in camp with him. We talked all the time. We trained together. He can't talk. He can't do an interview with you guys. And so Kronk Gym is getting a lot of credit. And Manuel Stewart, God bless him, that was my man. He passed away. But that is the truth. He was a good offensive trainer. But when it came to defense, the evidence is in the boxers that's here today in Detroit and stuff like that. Right. So they can say what they want to say about me. I still love everybody. I still love you, man. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. Tell me I'm wrong, and I'll say, okay, I apologize. But this is what I see. I'll say I'm sorry, but this is what I see. Yep. Let me cough. So real quick, my trainer, real quick, 10 seconds. My trainer, we was in the presence of Emmanuel Stewart, and Emmanuel Stewart was giving Slim Robinson big time respect, and he was asking him stuff. This was a long time ago. He was like asking him what to do with this guy, and I was like, something wrong here. This is an All-American trainer, right? And he asked my trainer some points. So I forgot about it. Then years later, I was like, wait a minute. And I remember when he was asking Slim what this, and he gave him big respect. But you can't take nothing from him. Tommy and them other boxers, they fought hell of a fights. But his defense wasn't really good at all. He got hit a lot. And I just feel bad that he has to live like that now. So, but I guess he's comfortable and everything, you know.
It's unfortunate, but it's what happens. It's what happens in life. Some guys, some guys can still have it up here, and some guys cannot.
You get hit a lot, and
Yeah.
that's the result. That's the results.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the results.
And I think, therefore, your question to Deontay Wilder was valid because, realistically,
I understand now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you need people in your corner who are going to protect you, not necessarily, do things because that's what the boxing world or that's what the fans expect. But your health, it should be your number one concern.
Of
Your
course.
family, your health and your family, those should be your two main concerns. Not how much money you're going to make if you remain in the fight to the bitter end. Because, if Muhammad Ali were alive today, he would say the same thing. Deontay, stop. You've been injured. Your brain suffered an injury, and you don't want to end up with Parkinson's or one of those chronic diseases, debilitating diseases. You've got your health now. Do something else. Be smart.
He's got an estimated net worth of $46.5 million.
Wow.
Well, how much did they get? They got 17 apiece, and then they got other money too added on there, right?
It worked out where he collected 46.5 million, which puts him at a personal net worth of $40 million. So I'm pretty sure he's got no problem hanging up the gloves, going home, kicking up his feet, having a drink, and contemplating the next era of his life. He's got no problems doing that.
He might as well hang it up, let them other guys, right?
Exactly. You know what? He's 35 years old. What's he got? He's got to come back from this. He's not going to get a fight for another year. Then it puts him at 36. By the time he has that fight, it's going to be, a little fight to boost his confidence. So then what? He's back in there at 47 or 37, 38, trying to get back into contention to fight the guy who's still holding the same belt?
Right.
Well, what's he going to do? Really? Go home, put your feet up, enjoy your $40 million. You're 35 years old. You already can retire from working. You can be done. And now just sit back and invest your money. Become the face of boxing. Do something else.
Do you know what's funny about the pre-fight videos that came out of Tyson Fury's camp?
What was that?
So the exact opposite. So as I was explaining, Deontay Wilder's camp releases training videos, okay? Tyson Fury's camp wouldn't release training videos. What they released is his chef cooking him up meals, he and his team watching the English football team having a game, playing pool. These guys were having fun. They weren't, there was no training.
I criticized them. I told them, I texted them and said, take the videos down. That's what I did. They didn't do that in the old days. The old days, they wouldn't put none of that up so your opponent could capitalize. No. Right. I texted them and told them that. I texted them and said, take them videos down because I don't even think Tyson Fury and them cared about it. They didn't even recognize. But in the old days, if we seen tapes, we would get tapes of our opponents' previous fights and stuff and watch them.
Some bootleg tapes. Some bootleg VHS.
Hey, I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
So just so I understand. So when you were going up against Larry Holmes, just for example, you had no tapes of his what you just went into it saying, "Hey, I'm going to go fight Larry Holmes."
I seen him fight. I'm gonna make this quick so we can get a lot of stuff in. I did see him fights, but all we had to do was his jab. We got tall guys with long arms and hard jabs for a month and a half, 2 months, throwing jabs at me, sparring with me, but make sure they throw the jabs. And then all I had to do was this: block them. And when I got to when that bell rung, I felt so confident, and we took his jab away. We took Larry Holmes' jab away. And this is what these trainers need to do. Find your opponent's strength and take it away. So when you get in that ring, that's one less thing you have to worry about. You might get hit with that one shot, but the majority of the times you won't get hit with it if you practice it every day and almost to win the fight. So we practiced blocking his jab, and look how good we did. I was comfortable in the ring. The hell with that jab. Serious. I know from the old school. I got a lot of knowledge from the old school. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But thank God I got with Slim, because I was with this other guy, Clarence Booker. He was an amateur trainer. I was getting hit. My mouth was bleeding in the amateurs. I won 5 out of 7 fights. I fought Marvis Frazier, my last one. Then I hooked up with Slim, and everything changed. You know.
For the better.
Yeah. If I would have stayed with Clarence Booker, you heard of Boogaloo Watts, the
No.
boxer?
No.
You know all the middleweight. He beat Marvin Hagler.
What?
Oh, come on. Really?
Remember that era of the middleweights? They had Boogaloo Watts. They had not Kitten Hayward. They had Marvin Hagler, Boogaloo Watts. They had
Bobby Watts. Yeah.
Bobby Watts.
Bobby
Remember?
Watts.
And they had all them heavyweights. Say that there's Willie the Worm Monroe. Willie Monroe. God, it was like 10 of them, and they was battling during the late 60s and 70s.
No,
Wow. Cyclone Hart, Eugene Cyclone Hart. All those middleweights was battling in Philly and all around the country, man. Ooh, that was that was tough. I'm surprised y'all didn't. Oh, you should know. You're young.
Well, I was just going to say, in that era, I would have thought, I think following that era, you would have had your Sugar Rays, your Roberto Durans.
It was after that. They were
right.
after. And
right.
not only Willie the Worm beat him too. Willie the Worm beat Marvin Hagler. Boogaloo Watts.
Wow.
Boogaloo Watts. Yeah, they beat him. But then he came back and knocked him out though. Over.
Yep. That would have been in the era of the VHS tape, quite frankly.
Yo, man, I was raised in the city of boxing, Philly, and I can't believe that I was around all these guys. Joe Frazier was there. There's all kind of boxers that came in. I was sparring with light heavyweights and everything. Heavyweights. Randy Mack, who was a southpaw, taught me how to. He didn't teach me. He was a southpaw. That's why I know. That's how I know how to fight a southpaw. That's how I know. Let me see.
Here we go.
Hold up. So, this Anthony Joshua, right?
Yeah.
In the southpaw. So you supposed to throw right hands. Right hands, left hooks. Right hand, left hooks, right? Okay, when he shoot his jab, okay, you supposed to go. So this is his left. This is right here. This area here. You don't supposed to be here. You're supposed to be over. Okay, wait a minute. You're supposed to be this on this side. It's awkward. I can't show you. This is crazy. Don't be in front of the southpaw. No. You see the right hand? You go to the outside, and people think you're supposed to just leave your left foot on his outside. But don't tell nobody my secret. You're supposed to keep moving forward. Some people just stay there. They leave their left foot on the outside and be throwing hooks. But you got to do more than that. You got to move behind him. And then the southpaw got to turn in this direction. And that's where you can hit him with left hooks and everything. A lot of people that fight southpaw, they stay right in front of him in his left hand. So when the right hand come, you get on the outside and go back. You go back. I wish I had this thing and I could show you. if Anthony Joshua fight says whatever fight him, he's still gonna fight him in front of him. But really, he was going outside of that right hand and go in. Don't stay there outside out there. You get on the outside of just picture this. The southpaw left arm is in the back, the right is in the front. Get on, don't stay on the inside that much. Work on the inside, then fake them. Go on the outside and go back. Make them turn into your left hooks and stuff.
Make him so he has to square up. Make it so he has to square up. So he has to turn to square up.
Yeah, and then you hit him.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think you're supposed to stay in front of them or just keep your left foot on and throw left hooks. There's more to it, and I developed this on my own. Slim didn't tell me this one. He did a little bit. And all Anthony Joshua has, why he stayed in front of him, when all he had to do was go on the outside of his lead jab. And when he jabbed, slip to the outside, then go in. Don't just stay out there. Go in and make him turn to find you. If you understand what I'm saying, don't tell my secret.
Nope.
I'm waiting for him. I'm trying to be his trainer.
We won't share this clip. No.
I'm waiting for him to choose his trainer, and then I'm going to show him. I want to show him right before the fight, but I know they ain't going to teach him this before the fight. You got to go around. When I was with Kasim Uma, we won the title. He used that technique, and he won. He made the guy look stupid. He never was in front of him where you could hit him with the left hand. I hope y'all understand what I just said. When the southpaw shoot their right hand, you got to go on the outside, but don't stay outside. Go in the back. Go in the back and make them turn into your punch.
Continue that movement.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Continue the movement. Exactly.
Continue the movement. Let them square up. And by the time they square up, you're ready to go. Bang, bang.
But didn't Joshua stay right in front of him?
Yeah, he did. He did a few times.
Never moved back. He never moved back in the back.
No.
So he can't hit him with that straight left. So he moved this way. Y'all have any more questions?
Well, Usyk came in on the inside and beat him on the inside, basically.
He was playing the outside, too, very well. Very well.
Yeah.
Because Joshua stayed in front of him.
Right.
He stayed in front of him. Even if Youssef put his hands around his hip, I still would shoot to the back because he still got to turn in your direction. And then you just throw that left hook on him. And he said, but they stayed in front. Oh, hit me with the right hand. He should have threw the right hand harder. He was like throwing it soft. Right hand, left hook, then go to the body, but don't stay directly in front of him. Get around the back. So make him work to hit you with that left hook, that left straight left. Make him work, make him turn this way to find you. He stayed right in front, get bam, bam, bam. But they need to know the old school. I'm glad that I was hanging around all those old guys that knew the old tricks before they passed away. And there's still some more guys. Bernard Hopkins' uncle, Artie McLeod, he passed away. Slim Robinson's nephew, Greg Robinson, he knows it. Aaron Snowell, that was with Don King, he was with me. He knows it. Boy, is and you can see it, man. I wish I was helping some of these guys just to show them. That's all.
No, don't give them any of your secrets, because then you'll be able to create a new champion, Tim.
Oh, wait a second. You're making me wonder there, Tim, because quite frankly, if there are, I don't know, 20,000 boxers right now in the United States, let's just say, to pick a number out the air, like how many trainers are there? There can't be that many. So
it's got to be a lot of them.
A lot of them, but how many we can put on one hand how many we know? Okay.
I was asked that question today in the interview. I couldn't think of it. They said, this was the question. Who are the trainers today that's really making a difference? And I was like dumbfounded. I was like, oh God, I don't know who is Freddie Roach, Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt is one, I guess. Buddy McGirt. I don't know. They said that Joshua was in California trying to find it, get a trainer. And I think he's over there with Buddy McGirt and Freddie Roach and that guy, what's his name? Virgil Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
I've got a list of guys.
huh?
I've got a list of boxing trainers in the United States alone.
Okay.
Who have
There-
trained
there's-
champions?
No, but just a list of trainers. There are a ton of trainers.
It
Um,
is?
yeah,
Well, I guess there's strength and conditioning coaches,
there's
and then
that.
there's trainers of pedigree who have trained champions, and that's what I'm saying. It's like uh, if we follow who are the coaches who've won Stanley Cups, who are the coaches who've won Super Bowls, like who are the top trainers right now in boxing who can take. We just can't name them. I mean, yeah, we can name a handful, but that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Would y'all still see my face?
yeah.
Okay, because there's something that says private chat. Eric Boyle.
Oh, no, that was Eric typing in saying there's a trainer out of UK called Chris Boyle, who I believe Mike has interviewed.
Yes, I have.
Who did he train?
Oh, he's training a bunch of women right now.
Okay.
And a bunch of women champions.
Yeah,
he's also got a stable. He's got a stable, both mixed male and female.
Where is he at? Where is he at?
He's in the UK.
Where?
is he in Brighton? No. He's in the Midlands, isn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
Warsaw.
He's part of Xbox boxing. I don't know if you've heard about it, Tim.
You know, I haven't been there in like I would say my daughter. No, Shania. When the last time he was over in the UK? 3 years ago.
Is that your manager?
Yeah. You know, she was born in Tottenham. I told you she's born in Tottenham. I got a grandson in Barnsley. You know, if I was to get the job, I was going to go over there so she could see her mom and everybody.
Is she a Hotspurs fan?
What?
Hotspurs.
The Spurs.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspurs.
No, she
works up. It's works up.
Yeah, that's where Chris Boyle's from.
Yeah, it works up.
But I'm pretty sure that's Midlands.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. So there are some fights on tonight, man. The Navarrete and Gonzalez card. That's gonna be good, man. Gonzalez 24-1, 14 KOs, was last seen in the ring, defeating three-time world champion Miguel Mariega at the MGM Grand back in September 12th of 2020. Navarrete, he's 34-1 with 29 KOs and is 8-0 right now with 6 knockouts in the world title fights. Busy champion run that began back in December of 2018. These guys are going to clash, going to go toe-to-toe. On that same card, I guess the co-main event is Giovanni Santillan. He's 27-0 right now. He's going to be fighting Angel Ruiz, who's 17-1. The welterweight division. We got Henry LeBron, who's 13-0, fighting Manuel Rojas, who's 21-5. Wow. That's a super feather. We've got also the super light. Lindolfo Delgado, 13-0, against Garcia Mendez, who's 24-4-2. And also a couple guys that I've talked about before, Floyd Diaz and Jose Ramirez. They're on the card. Plus, we got a debut on this card. So it's gearing up to be a nice night.
Is this the fight in Sinaloa?
This is the fight. This is the one that's in California. It's on USA ESPN Plus. This is not the Sinaloa fights. The Sinaloa fights. That is first of all, we've got a fight going on in Malta tonight. If you guys can catch it on the United Kingdom Fight Zone, it should be a good one. A bunch of names that I've seen around. I don't know if anybody else has. It's only got one side of the competition listed. Everything else is to be announced. Then we got the Sinaloa card. Santiago Dominguez versus Jesus Antonio Ribo. And that's for the vacant WBC Latino welter title is going up for grabs there. And then we got Jose Nunez against Osvaldo Maldonado. And that's another big fight. 21-1 versus 10-1. Some guys are going to be throwing some gloves there for sure. Also, the Sinaloa guys, we also got Mexico City, man. There's another one going on in Mexico City. We got Vega versus Torres, and that's for the WBA light fly title. So, guys, lots of fights on tonight, if you can catch them. If you can find the streams.
Yeah, true. And tomorrow night, we got Mikey Garcia going.
Yeah,
Mikey
tomorrow night.
Garcia. Yeah, I heard Mikey. Is that tall kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tall and he. Oh, yeah.
So we
Okay.
got the Mikey Garcia and Martin, and then on the same card we got Sato and Gonzalez for the WBO World Light Fly title, and then we got Bermudez and Rodriguez fighting for the WBA World Light Fly title, and also we have the Fury.
What?
Oh yeah, Huey
Yeah,
Huey Fury.
we have what is it? Huey.
Oh, Huey. I know Huey.
Huey
Yeah,
Fury
he's
faces off
fighting.
Christian Hammer. They're going to go toe to toe at it. And
Yeah.
on this,
Huey's not bad. Now Huey's not bad.
I know.
I
I'm
think he
watching.
fight-
I'm watching him. I do rate
I
him.
think
I
he
do like
fights
him
a
as
little bit
boxer.
better than Tyson. He fights better than Tyson in technical skills. Tyson is
We also
everywhere.
have Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall's on that card as
Savannah
well.
Marshall.
Which I've been waiting to see jump in the ring there for a little while since her last
Is
outing.
that overseas? Is that
Yeah.
in England?
That's in England,
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure her opponent's undefeated, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Mendoza.
So Tyson would be at that fight. Tyson would be at that fight.
Yeah, she's her name is Mizue Lolita the Black Diamond Mizue. She's 16-0 with 8 knockouts.
Right.
Ooh.
So Savannah's gonna have her hands full on that fight for sure.
Where's she from? Where's she from? Where's she from?
I think she's U.S.
Yeah.
Savannah's English.
What about Amanda? How y'all like Amanda? I met her in person. She nice.
Amanda
Yeah.
Serrano, she's
She's
nice.
Well, she's signed. She's controversially signed to Jake Paul's
I know.
company, MVP.
I think it's good if he come in and do the right stuff instead of staying out there with that other stuff. I think he's made a good move, and he should get some more boxers.
That's what we said too.
That's exactly what we're saying. That's the only way he's going to be able to save face and get respect in the boxing community at all. This is, you know what, him trying to become a boxer was a shit show. The game that he was playing was a shit show. It was disrespect to boxers everywhere. And if he's going to gain any sort of respect from the boxing community anywhere now, it's going to be doing them justice by paying them what they deserve to be paid when they get in that ring and fight, and signing top level contenders and champions. And if he does that and turns MVB into what it could be, which is a huge new boxing promotion platform, it's, the sky's the limit at that point.
It is.
If he does exactly that and turns MVB into the big giant boxing promotional company it could be, with the flash that it has, that he's put behind it, and it's just steamrolling ahead right now. Honestly, I would have loved to see him pick up the fight that we lost, the Teofimo Lopez fight in Kambosos Jr. If he would have picked up that fight, I think he would have gained huge respect from the boxing community, because that just went shits up when Triller was like, we no longer want to be part of this clown circus stuff anymore. We're done. We want real fights. They lost $6 million getting that purse. They lost $6 million. They bid $6 million on the purse to get the fight. They get the fight. They spend 3 months promoting it. They spent about $10 million in total getting this fight. And what do? They scrap it. Who picks it up? Matchroom, obviously.
Hey, I didn't know y'all had people commenting on it. I'm looking to the side. This is the first time. Wow.
Yes.
I see on the side you got people commenting.
So yeah, we do you guys know El Gigante Morales? Do you know him, Mike?
El Gigante Morales.
I haven't. I've not heard of them.
No,
so come on.
I have not.
Help us out, Oscar. Who is this guy? We got 1 minute to go.
We just got to get a lot of the old retired guys real quick. We got to get all these old retired guys, get them work, let them be a part of boxing, so we could bring some stuff back. The middle, there's a gap in the middle. You got the new guys and you got the old guys.
Oh wow!
The terms are different too.
So Morales, thanks there to our viewer who just decided to let us on and talk about this guy for a quick second.
Okay.
If I'm reading this right, today Morales has blossomed into a 6'9", 270-pound heavyweight who is making up his pro debut.
Say that again.
debut today, October 18th, in a 4-rounder for Top Rank, which signed
How big is he?
Dante. He's 6'9", 270.
Whoa, okay. He's
So he's
he's
as big as
lean. He's
Tyson Fury.
lean.
Yes, he is.
Wow. So where's he
Whoa.
from?
I'm
Is
searching
he
right now.
Is he Mexican or
This is the first time I've
California?
heard about him.
This is cool. Wow, you learn something new every day.
Yes. Um,
But
Wow.
but while Mike's reading that, Tim, to your point about you know, what can retired boxers do? To your point, exactly. That's what you can do. Is you can step in and help these young boxers, because we don't think there's enough capable trainers out there. There are former boxers, fair enough, but maybe there needs to be a training school training trainers. Give them maybe a certificate, put them out into the market, and get these young boxers off the ground properly.
I don't know if I think I like the traditional. I understand what you're saying. That sounds good. That sounds good. That'll be something. That'll be the first time. Get it like a university, like a school teach boxers, but they got to have experience. To me, they can't be like Sugar Hill. Just coming off the thing. You got to get in there and box and fight and see what the experience is. I prefer a guy in my corner like that than a guy just guessing.
Right.
So that does work out. They got us in the academy. They could do sparring and stuff too, right?
yeah.
Oh, right. Hey, do I got to give you a percentage if I do start something like that?
We'll talk later.
There was a chap. Tim, there's a chap you put me in contact with. I think he's from Philadelphia, and he's been helping you get yourself some gigs and stuff. And I asked him to contact Paul Johnson, because Paul Johnson has already done a lot of the groundwork for the formation of
What's
the union.
What's his name? Do you know his name?
Oh heck, who's that fella?
Not Brian.
Is it? Yeah, Brian. The
okay, he's helping me with my YouTube page. He's helping us grow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian. I just was with him today.
So I asked Brian if he could help us with the union. I said, Paul Johnson's got a lot of names on board in terms of people who could help set this up. There's a lot of work still to be done, but Brian said he'd absolutely be willing to help. So if you can introduce Brian to Paul, and then Paul and or Brian can circle back around and talk to me, because I've been talking to some people in Europe as well, and they think it's a great idea. They think it's absolutely what's nedeed.
It's going to be harder in Europe, and it's going to be harder in there, but we can get them on the page because there's so many mafia type like groups over there protecting their boxers. I was over there, and there's a lot of like people that's bad boys, and maybe we could just talk nice to them and get them to realize we just want the boxers not to get hurt. We want to take care of them, and they can still make their money. But let us help them, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's the bottom line. I mean, there's two things that we one is the boxer's health as he's an active fighter, but once he's decided to retire, then what's he going to do? So there have to be options. So he can't, if he's 35 years old, is he entitled to go straight to pension? Potentially. But if you take a look at the players' associations, whether it be for hockey or baseball or football, there's certain limits you have to reach. Certain milestones you have to reach in order to gain access to the pension, and the pension is leveled accordingly as well. But what I'm saying is perhaps there's room in the boxing world for new trainers. And how do new trainers develop?
I know it is.
Yeah. So how do they develop? How do we train the trainers so that they're professional, so that they're competent, so that they can help the boxing community, as opposed to the one or two who can afford them?
How about if I get Brian and Paul and all of us on the show next time?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Would that be? I can easily do it. Brian he just dropped me off about 2 hours ago because he's building my YouTube. If you go into YouTube, he's building the YouTube thing up. I just did a thing about rubbernecking. Rubbernecking, you know what rubbernecking is?
Well, I know what it is when you're on the damn highway and all those assholes are driving too damn slow.
Right.
Rubbernecking. This is rubbernecking. So when the punch come, you go with the flow. Now watch the Larry Holmes fight real quick. I thought I might have gave the fight away because I was rubbernecking. So when I was in the fight and he threw punches, I was doing this, and it looked like I was getting hit. So when you get a chance, watch it, and you'll see me doing this, and then you're going to see me do it clear as day. I'm way back, and I did it. He threw a punch, and I went like that. So I was, at 14 fights, I was taught rubbernecking. So there's a lot of things. Look, I'm going to get Brian and Paul, and let's have a lot of fun and try to get them to come on 2 weeks in a row if we can.
Right on.
Is that cool?
That's good. That's what this
do it. Brian will do it. Paul will do it, and Brian will do it. Okay.
Excellent.
So, and then just get in contact with me and give me some ideas of what to try to do, and I'll try to help. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'm enjoying myself.
Before we go, I'm gonna let you know. So our man here, Antonio Morales, who is now 24, 6'9", 270 pounds.
God.
From Des Moines, Iowa, of Mexican descent. He's trained by Robert Garcia and managed by David McWaters Split T Management. And yes, his pro debut is tonight. His opponent tonight is 314 pounds, 6'1". So
that's it. That's the game.
Yeah,
that's
so
the way it is.
Yeah, so it's on the Navarrete card, Navarrete and Gonzalez card. It's the opening bout. Antonio Morales. He weighed in today at 262 and a quarter, debuting against DeMonte Randall, who weighed in at a staggering 314 pounds, and he stands 6'1" and holds a record right now of 2-1 with no draws. So we're gonna get to see a big man debut tonight, man, who walks around at about 290 pounds, getting in that ring at 262, all 6'9" of them. So there's his debut. That's tonight, guys. I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to find out way more about this guy. He is definitely fighting tonight, though, on this card. I can't wait to see it.
How do we get people to watch us? So I can...
We get them. We give them the... Eric can send you the link to share. No watches.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to get a lot of people to. I haven't done it. I thought that. Yeah, I want to try to get a lot of people. Because I'm building my thing like on YouTube.
Yep.
It's getting blown up. Brian can talk to you about it if you want. Y'all don't have. You only got every Friday, right?
No. I do mine every day.
Every day, Mike does a show.
I do. You be on? Do you be on too?
I'm on every day at 4:00.
Well,
I'm on every day at 1:00.
Yep.
We're doing separate shows.
Yep. I do a show just about prospects, all the up and coming prospects around the world.
Text me so if I got time, I'll be in. I'm definitely a Friday night man, but text me so I can get involved. Maybe we can get like Paul Johnson on and with Bryant and talk about how we get better things and all that. That's what they're doing for me. Brian is putting my thing together, and I should be doing pretty good within like 6 months.
Good stuff. Awesome.
All right. So that being said, I guess we got to do our thing.
So tomorrow, text me when you on, and text me when you on, so I can pop up in this. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All you fans watching around the world, thanks for tuning in to another wonderful episode of the Friday Night Panel with our friend Tim Witherspoon. Thanks again for showing up, Tim. Always a pleasure. Champ, we love it. Shoney still got it.
I hurt my shoulder.
Okay. No, don't do that. We don't need you out.
I had a car accident.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hurt my right here.
Oh.
Thank you.
Tim, thank you again, man. It was a great pleasure. Always a blast talking to you. Graham, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being my partner in crime, man. Sticking it out with me in this Friday Night Panel. It's been going on forever. We've accumulated new guests and new friends, which is always great. And thanks guys for tuning in. 7:00. Check us next week. Same time, same channel, same people. We'll have something good for you lined up. I got to go to work, so you guys don't have to. Make sure to check out the Knockout Show Sunday. I got to get to watching some fights, so we'll catch you next week.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Yeah,
all right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to try to put that together with Paul and Brian, okay? Definitely next week.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Confirm it, and we'll promote it.
Okay, text me Text me too about the other shows so I can pop in and out, okay?
Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
Everybody's show, okay?
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good,
All
Tim.
right, thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thanks.